Wagwan guys, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. I cannot complain myself. This is an interesting video I want to talk about. I've done videos on Rebecca J in the past. Definitely you can say she is an adult entertainer. The videos I've done in the past on her, I would say for the most part performed very well considering my other videos. So I thought, yeah, I definitely would talk about this topic. And also too, I went to the dentist yesterday, so I'm almost done with all the work for this round. Basically, technically all the work that I've got done in the past that I was talking about, like I got at least like 3 root canals, and basically essentially those root canals were done wrong technically, so I had to get them all redone by a specialist. And then she broke the appointments down in 2 visits, so it just, with scheduling, it just drug out. But she definitely fix and address the issues. Like I don't feel any more of the and it was definitely uncomfortable to drink water and all the rest of the sorts. And now I just have like 2 more visits left with her, and the little annoyance that'll be taken care of fairly well, I believe. So, but yeah, then I can move on to other things. But it's gonna be ridiculous, the time spent on this. And I'll say this really quickly before I get into this Rebecca J. And you know what? Just speaking about Rebecca J, right? This whole thing, it's a video out, and it's basically her getting into an argument with this other lady. They're having a debate. I think that's Nick Yardy, if I'm saying his name correctly. It kind of looks like him, but time has elapsed, so he may have, he may look a little different. I'm not too sure if that's the same guy, but it looks like him. And they are in a content house. I think that's even in the video. I think that's even up there in the background. So they're making content, and it looks to me like it's like a novela, right? It looks like a novela, and it technically doesn't look real. It looks like it's a novela, and it looks like they're playing around. However, I did want to react to it because it's a good, even in the argument, to stage that argument or to stage that question, to pose it. I mean, even if it was yeah, definitely, because they always have like little comedic skits that they put up. Could it have been real? Of course, but from me viewing it, it definitely looks like it's like a novela type of skit, which I don't think it's bad. Like, they need to have more dramatized roles and stuff like that. They need to have outlets where they can express themselves in this type of artistic manner that's wavy and colorful, flowing artistry that's vivid. You know what I'm saying? And I think people like it and people adjust to it, but also too, she does have her own field where she puts her own stuff out, which draws big audiences. And she's, I think, a Bellator champion. I think he went undefeated. He takes her on a shopping spree. I think that's like when I first kind of caught glimpse of Rebecca J, and I thought that was like ridiculous. I'm like, man, this guy's spending this much money right on her. I'm like, who is this chick, right? And he did it at a time where like he was like undefeated. So I'm like, that's crazy. But and I don't know how true or real that was either, but you know, it grabbed headlines. Some of this stuff is just way out there. But I got the video. Let me play the video for you guys, and then I'll come back. I'll come back and we'll clean this up.
To meet up these people and get a little extra money and sell the dirty panties. Hello, everybody, you do it.
Listen,
Hustle the money. They hustle your money.
Shut the fuck up.
It's the same thing.
Like, what are you talking about?
She said it's the
Anyways,
same.
It's the same thing, bitch.
It
When
is
it comes
not the
down to
same
it,
thing.
yes,
It is
bitch.
not the same
We're both
thing.
hoes. We're both on the same boat.
It is not the same thing, okay?
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
You
it's
just
not.
want to make it seem more classier and shit like that. But
I
it's
wanna
not.
be-
It's not, mama.
Oh.
You're on this page or whatever,
Working at
making it
McDonald's is
seem
still
everything.
making money. It's
no,
not
no,
the
no,
same
no,
thing.
no, no, no. You're
It's
making
not
it
the
seem
same
up.
thing.
You're painting it all pretty when in reality it's not.
So why you
it's
call
still,
yourself an
it's still
escort?
hoeing, hoe.
Listen, bitch.
It's like,
Oh, now
it's
you
like
calling me a
digital.
bitch, right?
Yeah, pump
Now you
all
calling
the
me a
time.
bitch.
Pump.
Fuck you, fucking sucking bitch. Fuck you, you sucking bitch. Fuck you.
So you seen kind of what happened. It was very dramatized, right? Very dramatized, and for the most part, you can see how I think the intent of the video was to show you the emotion and to show you how strong, you know, this is someone who's involved in the adult entertainment industry. So you can see this is someone who is even herself involved in this type of work. And it showed you how, you know, emotions would flare. It showed you how glaring this was, even though you could, you know, you pull it apart and it's dramatized and to that level where it's like it's blatant now, and it's almost, you can laugh about it or you can do whatever. But most of those like dramatized stories, it's like it's not funny, but it's like it's funny, but it's screaming so loud, like the insecurities in the situation is like speaking so loud. But you get individuals who play those roles strongly, and like it's so exaggerated, it's almost like, you know, and the intent or the thought behind the scene is speaking so loud, it's almost like, you know, the volumes turn all the way up, the colors turned all the way up. So the only way to perceive it, you know, is like it's just loud, you know, almost as if your retina was going to explode from the massive amounts of color that was that you were receiving. But anyway, I said that to say, you know what? I think it was like on the OWN network. I do not know. Man, it was like this white cop, and I think it was this black lady in a blazer. Because I used to watch shows with my aunt like all the time. But I seen, you know, she would go ahead and she would retire. She'd go to her room or whatever. And, you know, I would still be in the den, right? I'll still be in the den watching, you know, cable, right? And it was, I think it was like on the OWN network. I don't know what the show was called, but I was like, man, it was so dramatized to where it was like, and I used to watch like novellas, but I would not know what they were saying. I wouldn't know what they were saying, but I kind of would watch novellas a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Whenever I would be in, you know, a space where they would be played regularly. So, you know, I can definitely, and then even before that, my mother watched stories, right? And I at that point in time, I really didn't get it, because I'm like, you know, it was just the whole demographic and age group. It was threw me for a loop. And I was like, why are we watching this? But this was something that would be on the TV regularly, right? And to get to the point, I say that to say, kind of a touchy topic, especially, we're adults now, we're of age, we're getting up 20s, 30s, 40s, and beyond. So this is becoming more prominent. This is becoming a source of entertainment for you. And you can see the issue where does fantasy and reality and blur lines, and you creating this reality for yourself, and what is considered okay, what's not considered okay, when it becomes your wife, your daughter, your brother, your sister, husband, when it gets that close to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, when is it okay then? And I think that was being displayed in the debate and the argument that you saw. I think, me personally, obviously they're two different things, because by definition they're different, right? But they also could be similar as well, right? They may share similarities, but that does not make them the same. Okay, and I definitely there's differences, and I think for the most part, obviously that was could have went without saying that, but I think that the whole intent and the point was to show the emotions, the feelings glaring, right? But you can see just the class levels, it would be different, because it's like you wouldn't want to be forced to do anything, either of the two. You wouldn't want to be forced to do anything, right? But obviously there's legalities involved in it. I think to a certain degree, depending on what state you're in, it weighs between, it could be either legal or illegal. Okay. And last thing I would say is, for the most part, that's a reality, right? That is definitely a reality. That's why I thought it was just so interesting, because to see it dramatized, to see it live and in color, I mean, it's hard to put a definition on it. It really is hard to put a definition on it, but to coming at it from that point, not to be blatant and be this is, everybody has an opinion on it, so I don't want to have a bias. I don't want to show a bias. I just want to speak to the fact that it's a distinct difference between the two, but more or less the video definitely was reported on because of how glaring the emotion was, and to say is one better than the other, right? And I don't think those conversations are gonna, I mean, yeah, people will have those conversations definitely in passing, people have those conversations, but I don't think anyone would necessarily just out forthright have that conversation, right? But that's what I got for you guys. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, I would highly appreciate it, and hit the like button for me. It helps the content get out to more people, so I appreciate it when you guys do that. Thank you. Peace. I'm out.